Here is a robot arm that I've been working on for a little while now. It's not so much at the moment. I would refer to this as the shoulder, so to speak, dog, and so there's a motor in here. It's a motor, stepper motor, and that goes into this. There's compound gearbox, planetary, so 5-to-1, 5-to-1. So the whole thing, it's 25-to-1. Gets a lot of torque. It's a little slow, but it gets torque, which is what I want. There's a limit switch here, and that's how the stepper motor initializes, so it knows where 0 is. So if I just turn on the power supply, once I get started, yep. So it goes down. It's the limit switch, clicks, comes up a certain number of steps, and yeah, well, from there it's able to move freely. Let me just adjust that. There we go. So if I set it to I control it with some potentiometers on the little control board here, but I can just get a better idea of how it initializes. Turns on. Once it kicks on, goes down, clicks, comes up, and that is the 0 position. This is 0 steps of the stepper. It's set to 0 steps. Quite a bit of torque on there. That's pretty good. When it's moving, I can't physically stop it when it's moving. Something will break if I try to stop it while it's moving. So that's nice. Controller with these potentiometers. All the motors are hooked up, even though there's really nothing connected. So there's that. That's going to be the elbow. I don't know if you can really see the motion of it. And this hand and wrist is from the previous iteration of this whole arm. So there's the wrist, and then there's the hand itself, held together with the screws that came with the servo motors. The screws are supposed to mount the servo motors, but I used them for the hand. Since making it, I have acquired actual bolts, and I've been using those. So this part is on a shaft, and it's connected to the shaft through. There's a bolt in there, and the bolt goes down through the shaft to hold it on. But the actual shaft itself has a threaded insert in it. Let me see if I got rid of the previous iterations because they're clogging. There's so many of them was clogging everything up, so I got rid of them. I kind of wish I hadn't, because then I could demonstrate without taking this thing apart how it actually looks underneath. But yeah, no, there's the bolt goes through, goes into a threaded insert, and that holds it nice and tight with no wiggle room. This bolt here goes through and just gives the shaft support on this side, so the shaft supported on either end, and the circular part here kind of rests on a little arch down in there to give it some more support. I learned from previous attempts that you really want to minimize you want to support unnecessary forces so you don't damage the motors and stuff. But yeah, at the end of the year, this is what I have. I think it's a pretty good spot. Working on it for a couple months now. All things powered by Arduino Mega. There's a stepper driver. It's not a very good one, but it was cheap and it works. And I think we can all appreciate cheap components, even if they're not that good. There's a little servo motor driver thing. I forget. It's decent. It works pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Whole thing's powered by this power supply at 9 volts right now. I'm pretty sure this driver is only rated for like 6 volts, but so that's what ideally I think I can run this whole thing at like 10 volts. But I don't want to damage that. But it seems to be working fine at 9. But yeah, that's where I am at the end of the year with this project. more to come, I hope. Alright, a little bit of an addendum here of sorts. I kind of took it apart, you know, just to show. I'm not going to take, this is a pain to take apart. I'm not going to take this apart. There's a bunch of grease in there and stuff. But, see, there's a shaft threaded insert. This goes on, bolt comes through, and then a bolt goes through there. And there's no threaded insert on that side, you know, it's just to give it something to, I wasn't pointing the camera, just give it something to rest on, you can see. So there's like a captive nut on this side just to hold the bolt in, so I'm actually not going to screw that in right now. But yeah, so that's how that works, is a threaded insert, and that threads into it, and that just keeps it nice and tight against the flat part. Pretty much no wiggle in there, works great. Captive nut in there, I don't really need it, but you know, why not? Yeah.